made a statement several times that you said something like every significant turn in your life's always come through a person or something like that.
100%, man. Looking back over the last really 30 years, John. No, I'd have to go back farther than that. I think everybody can identify one person in their life. I don't know who told me this, truth or not, but there's one person in your life that you can look back and they're the gate to multiple connections in your world. And maybe Mark Sharona that told me that. But I have this identifier gate. Dr. Cottle, my spiritual pops, is my gate. That I can look back over my life and go, because of him, that door opened and that door opened and that door opened and that door opened. From my early 20s. But as I journeyed into entrepreneurship and trying to master that, every significant jump, not just like, hey man, we had a 2 or 3% increase last year. That's not what I'm talking about. That's just business on an incline. But every significant jump that I've had in my life was a person. I told you this. I did 2 years in this business with absolutely nothing, no money, no contracts, no client, no nothing, right? I was just grinding, and I'm a grinder by nature, doing construction during the day and then hitting it at 5 and 6 o'clock at night till midnight, 1 o'clock, trying to make some headway in the real estate business. Did that for almost 2 years, got one phone call, and someone said, you need to meet this guy. And I said, okay, sure. I'll meet, I'm not afraid to meet people. I'm a preacher, so, we like meeting people. I made the call, called the number. Long story to be made short, my first mentor in the real estate business. We're still great friends today. I told him we were supposed to have breakfast on Saturday, but I'm not going to the beach this weekend. But anyway, he called me. He was in Aruba. He was 20, I guess Chris was 26 or 27 at the time when we met. He was on vacation in Aruba and didn't hear from him for 3 days. He called me when he got back, and he said, got your message, bada boom, bada bing. Let's go to lunch. We went to Mikasitas. If anybody local, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Mikasitas. So we went to Mikasitas, had chips and salsa, became friends, and he said, this is how you do it, 1, 2, 3. I met Chris in April, and I hadn't done one deal in almost 2 years. Been working for 2 years, have not done one deal. Met Chris in April before June's end. So within 90 days, bought and sold 3 properties. Within 90 days of meeting Chris, made over 6 figures from June to December of that year. The next year, my wife, Lindsay, quit her full-time job and became a full-time mom, and the story goes on and on and on. That guy was the first real recognition I had of the principle acceleration by association. There's more to the story. We were riding in the SUV together one day, and Chris asked me a couple questions. I said, yeah, I like this. I'm a construction boy, so I know how to, I think I could flip some houses. He said, okay, cool. How's your credit? I said, credit's great. Never been late on a payment my whole life, yada, yada. He said, all right. He picks up the phone. He calls the banker. Back then it was BB&T. They're not even around anymore. But he calls his banker. He says, whatever his name, Phil. I don't remember the guy's name. He said, Phil, got Darrin here. I'm getting out of the house flipping business. Darrin's going to be in the business. I want you to help him. And he said, sure. Man, we got on the phone. He said, okay, send me this, this, and this. Boom, sent it to him. The system was in place. We were off and running. What I had tried, now here's the point. What I had tried to do for 2 years, this person accelerated it in 90 days. Wow. I did 300 times in 90 days by meeting the right person than I did in the first 2 years. That's what I mean by acceleration by association. And I can take the story further, right? Take the story further. We're doing our deal. We lived through the crash, lost everything I had, started back over in 2010 after the real estate market crashed, coming out of the gutter, coming out of the hole, got it off the ground. got some momentum behind me. And the internet started to be a thing. And I don't know how I found an ad. I don't know what it was. I filled out an application, an email. I got an email back and said, "Are you interested in having a call?" I got on a call with a girl named Jennifer, and she said, "I think you'd be a great fit." She says, "I want you to talk to Jason." I got on a call with Jason maybe a day or two after. Jason Medley. Jay, if you hear this, man, love you, appreciate you. We were doing 30, 40 deals a year back then, somewhere in that neck of the woods, depends. And he had a mastermind group going. He had just started it a couple years earlier. And he said, "Man, I think you'd be a fit. I think you'd like it." We had swag. If you hear Jason tell it, he says, "When I heard your voice, I knew you had a little swag." He and I are the exact same age. He's from Kentucky, got a little country swag. And I'm from North Carolina, got a little country swag. And so anyway, long story made short, I go to the meeting in Tampa, Florida. I felt this, what you and I would call a divine connection. It was just there. It was. I was like, "Oh my God, this is perfect." Joined that group. In that group over the next 2 years, something divinely happened. I went from hundreds of thousands a year, a couple $100,000, $300,000, whatever the case may be, $400,000. We moved into 7 figures just because I got into this group from one guy, Jason Medley, saying, "Man, I think this will be a fit for you." That group changed my world. Wow. I became a millionaire because I joined Collective Genius Mastermind. And Jason, if anybody joins because of this podcast, you send me a check. But that changed my business life. It took me from a place that I had never been into this accelerated place. I met people, John. I met people, they would tell their story, and we were so, we were so far apart. Inside, I was going, "You lying. You showboating." And the farther I got into the group, the more I realized, okay, so now then something happened to me, and it made me go, well, if it's doable. And that position of it's doable accelerated my mindset. It just by being around somebody that's doing 200 deals a year, my mindset, all the framework that I had before just shattered. And it didn't just accelerate my business, it accelerated my internal. It opened me up to possibility. And I went, "Oh my God, if he can do it, then I can do it." Boom, it changed everything, right? It changed everything. So I've seen my life change, radically changed by the people every time. In the last 12, 13, 14 months, Coach Burt has radically shifted my life, man. Changed me. Like, gave me a boldness and a confidence by being in his world. There's something that happens when you get around the right people. Proximity to power gives you this opportunity. The only thing I can say to it, John, it gives you an opportunity to expand your faith. And when you expand your faith, it breaks the mold. I just did this yesterday, or day before yesterday, I did this. I said, most divine breakthroughs don't happen by more force. It happens from a sharper aim. That's what proximity to powerful people give you. Narrow the margins. Sharpen this aim. You're shooting at 55 things. Shoot at these 5. That's where the acceleration always happened for me. And that always came from a person. It always came from a person. I look back over a 30-year career of being an entrepreneur, and it's always the right person. I had a divine opportunity, met the right person, boom, everything shifted forward. I mean, everything shifted forward. If you can get into the right room, this is why I love coaching so much. Because a real coach will open a framework for you that way more is possible. A real divine strategic coach can go, "John, you can be a millionaire in the next 2 years." Who, me?
Yeah.
Who, me? Like I got people in my life right now. I just had one of my dearest friends in the world text me this week, and he said, "I got a $51 million 1031. Can you help me place this money? If not, I got a massive tax bill." $51 million. $51 million. The people that I grew up with had never even imagined $51 million. And this is a one drop, boom, $51 million. I got a 1031. I need to place this money. Proximity to the right people, getting in the room, can accelerate you 100, 1,000, 10,000 times greater. Because if I can break your framework, if I can shift your mindset just to open it up, just to say, well, maybe it's possible.
Yeah.
Maybe it's possible. God comes to Abraham and he says, man, I want to make you the father of a nation. And Abraham chuckles and goes, man, my stuff is dormant. I've never even had a kid. I've tried 1,000 times. Nothing reproductive happens. I've tried to be in business 1,000 times and nothing reproductive happens. And God goes, if you'll give me your imagination just to be able to go, if it can be done, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
If it can be done. So what happens when you get in the right rooms is you start to see the potentiality at work. And then you start to see this guy or this gal, and they put their shoes on one at a time, just like you. And they have to brush their teeth single-handedly, just like you. And all these things come to you, and something in your head goes, maybe it's possible. Yeah. Maybe it's possible. That's what being in the right company can do for you. Acceleration happens when you associate with the right kind of people. Anybody ask me today, Darrin, how do you become a millionaire? Get in the room. Get in the room. You're in our relationship over the past 5 years. If we could go back in time and I say, John, 5 years ago, if I took you back to 2020 and we sat down with 2020 chubby John Ashcraft and we said, this is where you're going to be in 2026, he would cuss us out and tell us you're lying. Get out of here. Yeah. There's no way. You know why? Because I haven't been around people that can give me an imaginative faith that is possible for me. But when you get around see, here's the deal. When you get around them enough, what's on me is going to rub on you. And it's going to make you go, hold on a minute. So here's the American culture. The American culture wants to make people have special talents. We see Michael Jordan and LeBron James and we go, well, they got a special gift. Tiger Woods got a special gift from God. No, Tiger Woods just got more reps on the course than anybody on the planet. That's what he has. And that's the same thing. And when you understand that, when you get around me enough and you go, well, Darrin's a multimillionaire, but I mean, he's not like brilliant. All right, like he gets agitated, he spits in the corner, and he's just a dude. It's just the work he's put in over the past 30 years that got him to where so then if something happens, John, by being in the room with the right kind of people where you go, well, wait a minute. If he got rich, I think I can too. And when you do, when something happens in your mind that you go, maybe I can, the floodgates open of possibility, and then faith can live. And when faith can live, there is no such thing. There is no such thing as a ceiling. You just go, oh my God, I don't know how far I can go, but I'm going to go as far as I can go. That's what association does. That's what being with the right people does for your life. It gives you this thing. That's why every pastor wants you to come to church. There's something about the amalgamation of people with faith pushing toward the same target. Yeah. You get in the right room with the right coach and the right group of people, your faith of an imagination of what you can become and what you can get accomplished and what you can actually do in life is going to expand in a way that you did not know possible. But you got to get in the room. So then I got people that come and say, well, I want to be coached, but I only got $99 a month. Well, you're not ready to be coached. So take the $99 a month and buy 4 new books every month for the next 12 months. Now you got 48 new books that you're trying to ingest. And by the time you ingest those 48 books, guaranteed, your mindset of possibility is going to open. And when your mindset of possibility opens, you absolutely see opportunities that the person that doesn't have possibility mindset will not see. Yeah. And it's those opportunities that give you affordability to make more money. And when you make more money, then you get into more coaching. And when you get into more coaching, you have more opportunity. And when you have more opportunity, you see how this, and then the cycle builds. And then you start giving it to the ones that are around you. And the system builds on itself until one day you wake up and go, I didn't know I could get this far. And then you look at your life like I do now and go, if I can get this far by sheer grit and grind, how far can I go from 53 to 103? What would the next 50 years look like if I open more mental doors of possibility and I get in rooms that are bigger than me? See, I never stop this. I'm never going to be one that sits back and goes, I've got enough. This is okay. I'm smart enough. I'm wise enough. I've got 2 doctorate degrees in Bible understanding, so I don't need any more. No, that's never going to be me. I want to be the dumbest guy in the room. I want to sit with billionaires if I can, so that they look at me and they go, that's really cute what you've done in life. If you did, if you really wanted to, I think you could be somebody one day. I want to be in that kind of room because the associations of those people will pull something out of me to say, it's possible. And if they can do it, and when I recognize the humanity of that person, that they're not a divine creature or God didn't give them special talent, when I recognize that, then it gives me an understanding of possibility. And when possibility comes, faith can rise. And when faith arises, the walls can come down and you can become what you never thought you could become because you got into the room. So if anybody's listening to this, get in the room. Click it, go there, show up. It'll change your life. That's it.